Hello and welcome to Grandville High School for today's game between the OK Red season opener for the 24-25 basketball season as we tried out our new camera tonight. In the booth cam, alongside tonight is Matt Faldiano. And Matt, we got two very good teams on the court tonight. Grandville coming in the contest only with one loss, and that was against the Crusaders of Hudsonville Union Christian, who we saw against Hudsonville. And East Kentwood comes in the game at 4-2 overall, while Grandville comes into the contest at 5-1. And we should have a good game here between the Falcons and the Bulldogs.
I agree on that. And I mean, East Kentwood always has a good team.
Yeah.
They're just always a really solid, whether it's girls basketball or boys basketball. And just looking at this, Grandville was 7-17 last year.
Yes, and now they're out to a 5-1 record. And it's been a while since Grandville's been out to this big of a stage or big of a record at 5-1 overall. I'd say it's been about 20 years if I had to guess. So, or maybe less than that, but I haven't looked at the records. But yeah, they were 7-17 last year, and this year they're out to a 5-1 start, and I thought that was a very good start there for Coach Mike Van Hecken in the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's an impressive turnaround.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you don't see that really in high school basketball.
No.
Or high school sports in general. Sometimes teams just can't get the kids to come out, and they're stuck like that. But Grandville obviously did some hardcore
workout in the summer, or is it just he has those kind of players that want to play this year? You look at East Kentwood; they're coming in at 4-2 overall. They're subpar. They've had their battles throughout the season. They were 20-4 last year, 12-2, and in the OK Red, and they lost in the district final to Byron Center. And I saw Byron Center last year make it to the I think it was the quarterfinals when we did it over at Hudsonville, and they played West Otto, and West Otto won that game. But that was two very good teams last year. We had Zeenstra for the Bulldogs of Byron Center, and then you had their name momentarily escapes me over there at West Otto, and they battled it out. Two candidates for Miss Basketball. This is their first OK Red Conference game for the Bulldogs and the Falcons. They'll resume play into the regular the OK Red in a week's time, but the Bulldogs give up 38.8 points, while the Falcons give up or average 50.2 points, but give up 41. While the Bulldogs average 38.8, just a tick under 39, and give up 37.3. So, if those factors going up, it looks like West Otto or the Falcons of East Kentwood should take this game.
Yeah, no, I mean, but as we've said in previous games,
you never know.
You never know, and I mean,
throw those records out the door. I always say throw the records out the door. Even when the playoffs get to start, you got to throw those records out the door.
I would say records, even stats, because sometimes people could have really bad games, or just not be in a rhythm and not have a good performance. So really, in a lot of games, you can throw most things out the door or window and figure it out. And
as we get near our end of our pregame show, Grandville comes in at 5-1, East Kentwood at 4-2, just a game back. They got a game lead due to the Bulldogs, but Grand Haven 6-0 overall, and Rockford 6-1, just a game ahead of Grandville. Hudsonville surprising at 4-3, but they've had a pretty good season, and West Otto 1-5. You see, West Otto was a pretty good team, so the OK Red is going to be a little good this year.
And that is odd to see West Otto at 1-5.
Yep.
It's
Coach Paul Chapman over there had had a medical condition and still surviving to this day, luckily. So, yeah, we're gonna have a very hard-fought basketball game, and Matt Fabiano will join me back in the booth. At halftime, as we're just about ready to start our game. We'll turn it over to the floor in just a few moments, and we'll end our pregame show brought to you by Healthcare Associates and Community Caregivers, Interspace Mini Storage, and you can't forget our loyal sponsor in DJ's Pizza Pub in Hudsonville Plaza across the street from Gimmons. When we return, we'll have the start of our ball game in just a few moments. You're watching the Ville Sports Network in WCTV. Hello and welcome back to the Vanderslice Gymnasium, where the Bulldogs are taking on the East Kentwood Falcons, and East Kentwood is our away team tonight. They're wearing their road blacks with red trim. Will be number 3, Arias Branch. Number 10, Jasmine Silva. Number 13, Tamaria Anthony Phillips. Number 14, Jaslyn Ward. And running that up for head coach Eric Large is number 24, Sophie Cobb, a sophomore. So he goes with a sophomore, junior, senior, sophomore lineup. And the Grandville Bulldogs, under head coach of Mike Van Hecken, go with Braylon Mann, number 1, a freshman. Number 2, Grace Richardson, a senior. Number 15, Shiloh Willoughby, sophomore. Number 23, Izzy Kukanen, senior. And running lineup for, as I said, head coach Mike Van Hecken is number 44, Mia DeVries, a senior. The Bulldogs coming in the contest at 5-1 overall, and the East Kentwood Falcons are at 4-2 overall. 6 games played, and these two teams will start out the OK Red season here at the home of the Bulldogs. The only loss for the Grandville Bulldogs is Uni Christian on the 17th of December, just before Christmas break. 43-27, the Crusaders took that one. And that's the only loss for Grandville, while East Kentwood losses are Muskegon, 39-37, and 52-42 to the Sailors of South Christian. We're just about to tip away, about ready to start today's basketball game in the new year. Happy New Year, everyone, from the staff and our volunteers at WCTT and the Ville Sports Network. We welcome you inside the Vanderslice Gymnasium to start our season. And 8 minutes on the clock, and we're going to be underway with the Falcons with the basketball to start our contest. As we get a whistle on our first foul of the 25 season, will be Richardson, her first, and the team first. Going to the line to shoot 2 for the Falcons. Right out of the gate, 7 seconds into the ballgame, we're going to pick up our first foul of the 25 season. The Falcons are going to be shooting one more. Oh, for the 2 from the line come the Falcons, and a rebound no good. And here comes the Bulldogs. And it's going to be stolen by the Falcons of East Kentwood. East Kentwood is very hard to read their jerseys tonight. It's their red trim. It's number 24, Cobb, with a shot no good. And the triple try no good. And it'll be out of bounds. And it should be Kentwood basketball. That one goes over the backboard. Touches the back suspension. It's going to be called out of bounds all game long. So the Falcons retain possession, looking for their first points of the ballgame and the first points of a 25 season, and that one's going to be over and back on the Falcons. The number 10 for the Falcons falls on it, and Silva, and she just basically bear hugs that basketball, so nobody can get it. But in the meantime, she steps over the half-court line, and it's a turnover for the Falcons of East Kentwood. They'll work it around to Man. Man will get back from Willoughby, back to Willoughby. Willoughby inside and outside ball. Triple try for Man, no good. And the Falcons with 6:50 to go, looking to get a fast break going, and that will stay with the Falcons. Underclassmen on the floor for both teams, and we're going to get a timeout to the Falcons of East Kentwood. It'll be our first timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. And our timeout is brought to you by Healthcare Associates and Community Caregivers in the outskirts of Grandville, right near the Wyoming border. I'd like to thank Larry Trees for his sponsorship of the Ville Sports Network and WCTV. 4 timeouts remaining for the Falcons of East Kentwood. 5, all of them for the Bulldogs. Scoreless, 6:47 to go. Here in our first quarter of play in the 25 season. Happy New Year. I don't know how many times we're going to have to say that this year, but it's good to see everyone back in the basketball fashion. That one's going to be still controlled by the Falcons, almost going another turnover. Shot is no good for the Falcons of East Kentwood. That's number 1 Man with the basketball. Gets over to Willoughby inside, and shooting 2 will be Kuchanen. And Kuchanen will be shooting 2. Fouls coming in, number 13, Billups. And at the line to shoot 2 is Kuchanen. She hits the first. Granted 2. Bulldogs looking to go up 2-0 over the Falcons. And they will. 2 for 2 are the Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs. Dressed in white tonight with maroon trim. The Falcons on the road with the black and red trim. Black numbering lettering. Bulldogs in the maroon lettering and numbering, and a block out of the no man's land by Man. And it's going to go over to the Bulldogs. Should be East Kentwood ball as it went off of number, I think it was 1 Man. Miscommunication there by the referee. Thought it was going to go to the Willoughby with a steal for the Falcons. It's going to go to the Bulldogs. Willoughby over to Man. 5:50 to go. 2-0 is the score. Bulldogs on the hands of Kuchanen's 2 for 2 from the line. Make it 2-0. Kuchanen no good. Man, the triple try. No good. And the rebound will go to their crosstown, the M6 rival in the Falcons. For 2 going the line to shoot 2 will be Ward. Ward is 0 for 2 from the line. She'll be shooting 2. Looking to upper shooting to go to 2 in for 4. She'll hit the first and swish it. She is 1 for 3 from the line. And we'll see 2 substitutions for the Falcons. Back at the line is Ward for 2. Or 1 more shot. She goes 2 for 4 from the line to start the ball game. She's 0 for 2 to start. Now she makes it 2-2 with 5:21 to go. Kuchanen inside to DeVries. DeVries is going to look. No good. And the rebound will go to the Falcons of East Kentwood. Falcons just off of M6 and Kalamazoo Avenue. The Bulldogs just shy of 44th Street and Canal, or in between Canal and Wilson. Ward inside it to number 10, Silva, no, and it's going to stay with the Falcons. That one goes off of Richardson. 8 and 20, Gray check in. Falcons will stay with the basketball. That's 24 in Cobb with the basketball. 4.5 to go. Cobb inside and coming up empty of the Falcons. Man with the basketball. 4.5 to go. 2-2 is the score. Buchanan's free throws and Billups free throws. Both have gotten in the scorebook on free throws, Bulldogs and the Falcons. The Bulldogs are retained possession with the basketball. That's Richardson in demand. The boys side of the spectrum in basketball will go the second game of the doubleheader tonight. Shot is no good for the Bulldogs. That's DeVries. Still loose on the floor, and it's going to go to the Falcons. And I thought it went off of number 42 for the Bugs for the Falcons, but it will go to the Falcons. They'll work it up. Just a tick under 4, halfway through the first quarter. And we're going to get a tie up. And it's going to favor the Falcons. Alternate possession. Kind of a low-scoring game. We've seen one at Calvin Christian. And almost an and one opportunity for the Falcons, number 42 in Bug. Should go to the line. Bugs will go to the line to shoot 2. Calls on number 20. Gray, her first, team third. Bounce around, no good for Bugs. It's come down to free throws. Who wants to hit them and who doesn't want to? Right now, both teams are in the Falcons especially, they're 3 for 5, looking to go 4 for 6, and 0 for 2 is Bugs. And it will be tie up, and it will favor the Bulldogs. So 3 and 39 to go. 2-2 is the score. And all points on the free throw line. It's Haight with the basketball, gets it over to Willoughby. That's 20 Gray with the basketball. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. So it will stay with Gray and the Bulldogs. Gets over to Willoughby. But we're going inside the back door. DeVries, good. Nice job there by DeVries to put it in for 2. And it's 4-2 now. Bulldogs on top with 3:09 to go. And that's going to go back to the Bulldogs. Turnover on the Falcons. So Willoughby will toss it in to man. 3 minutes to go. At the Vanderslice Gymnasium. First trip inside the Vanderslice Gymnasium. And more to foul. So triple try, no good for Gray of the Bulldogs. And control there by number 42, Bugs. And she'll get a foul on number 1, man. It'll be team fourth. That'll be her fourth. First and the team fourth. 2:44 to go. Work it up. The Falcons work it up to the top and set it up. The triple try for Ward, no good. And the rebound will go to DeVries. Gets over to Mann. 2.5 to go. Mann over to DeVries. To Gray. Inside. And give and go there. And it looks like a travel on DeVries. She took a hop, skip, and a jump inside. And it's going to be a turnover for the Bulldogs. Willoughby with a decisive pressure. And the shot is no good for Silva. And the held ball possession will favor the Falcons of East Kentwood. A pair of free throws got it started. It was 2-0 Buchanan, or Bulldogs. And then Ward went to the line. Got 2 free throws, and then we had a nice 2-point shot by DeVries, a layup. And it makes it 4-2. Bulldogs on top with 2 minutes to go, and Ward with 2 shots will be number 14, Ward, who's 2 for 4 from the line. Mann will pick up her second, team 5th. And Ward will be a line to shoot a pair. She hits the first of 2, 3 for 5 from the line. 4-3 is the score. Falcons trail by 1 with just a tick under 2. Looking to go 4 for 6 from the line is Ward. She bends and knees and puts it in. She is 4 for 6 from the line. 4 is the score. It's going to be stolen by the Falcons. Triple try, no good. That's Bugs with a is good. And Bugs with 2 now. She's 0 for 2 from the line, and it's 2 points. 6-4, a first lead for the Falcons of East Kentwood. Triple try, no good. Bale for the rebound, and it's going to stay with the Bulldogs on a foul on the Falcons. Dan Ridge, her first. 1:18 to go. 2 fouls for the Falcons, 5 for the Bulldogs. It's going to be stolen on the inbound. Looking to go coast to coast and put it in for 2. Branch. So Branch gets in the scorebook and makes it 8-4. A minute to go. It's going to be turnover by the Bulldogs. 8-4, and we're going to get a timeout, a 30-second, I believe, to Grandville, and it will be a 30-second timeout. That timeout, I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, Interspace Community Storage, Healthcare Associates and Camara Givers, and last but not least, DJ's Pizza Pub in the Hudsonville Plaza. Back underway here in just a moment. Also like to thank Matt Fabiano, doing a wonderful job on his camera tonight. See you on the huddle of the Bulldogs. The basketball will be underneath it'll be on the far side of the floor with 1:02 to go. This Branch has it for the Falcons. Finds Cobb. Cobb with it. Dribbles to the top side. Trapped by Willoughby, and it's going to go to the Bulldogs of Grandville. B. Richardson over to 20 Gray with just about 30 seconds to go here in our first quarter of play. 8-4 is the score. Falcons lead by 4. It's a triple try, no good for Richardson. Willoughby's just going to throw it up right to the hands of the Falcons with 20 seconds to go. 8-4 remains the score. The triple try, good for Branch. She has 5 now. 11-4 is the score. 5 seconds to go. That's Willoughby, Richardson, Gray. And it look like they know how to do it, and they do not. The Bulldogs goes in, but it's after the buzzer. So after 1 quarter of play, it is the Bulldogs trail by 7. 11-4 to the Falcons, who will return in just a few moments. You're watching the Ville Sports Network and WCT-TV. Welcome back to the Vanderslice Gymnasium on the campus of Grandville High School, where the Bulldogs trail by 7 after 1 to the Falcons of East Kentwood. 11-4. East Kentwood is led by Branchwood 5, Wardis 4, and 2 for Bugs. And for the Bulldogs, it's Kukanen with a pair of free throws and DeVries with a layup. And that's how we got the scoring going, with Kukanen's 2 free throws, made it 2-0 Bulldogs. And then East Kentwood answered with a pair of free throws also to make it 2-2. And it's been a back and forth ball game, but the Falcons have got the most points in the first quarter. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs will start with the basketball here in our second quarter. That's man to Willoughby. Willoughby inside to DeVries, and DeVries is no blocked. And here come the Falcons of East Kentwood. That was actually Kukanen on the block. Willoughby up. Willoughby no good. The backdoor rebound. A nice job there to back it out by Man. And Man will set it up with 7:15 to go. Inside it to DeVries. Back it outside the Man to Willoughby. Willoughby has it. They work it inside. And Ward, 2 shots will be Kukanen. And the Falcons of East Kentwood will pick up their first foul, and it'll be number 42, Bugs. It'll be her first and the team first. Kukanen 2 for 2 from the line. They're going to go 4 for 4 from the line. And rims around and does not fall for Kukanen. She's 2 for 3 from the line, looking to go 3 for 4, and she will with that free throw. She has 3 points. It's 11-5. Falcons with a 6-point lead. She's 3 for 4 in the line is Kukanen. Looking to go coast to coast out of the Falcons. The triple try, no good. And that should stay with the, nope, it's going to go to the Bulldogs. Looks like it was going to stay with the Falcons. Nice job there by number 2 in Richardson to prevent the Falcons from getting it. Man over to Willoughby. Willoughby back to Man. Richardson to her left. She gets it to her. Back to Man on the right. She'll set it up on the top, get a screen. Willoughby no good. And Richardson with a rebound. Gets it over to Man with 6:25 to go. And a hot potato out there for the Falcons. They cannot control it. They'll turn it over. 6:18 to go. It'll be great to toss the ball in after a Falcon had to retie her shoe. Now, number 20, Gray has it. Gets it to Man. DeVries, Man, the triple. No good. That's Ward with the basketball for the Falcons. Ward looking to go coast to coast, puts one up, and she's Ward 2 shots, where she is 4 for 6 from the line. And Bulldogs will get a foul on DeVries, her first of the second quarter. and the first for the team in the second quarter. And Ward looking to go 6. She hits the first. She has 5 now. It's 5 for 7 from the line. Looking to go 6 for 8 from the line. Only missing her first 2. She misses the second of the pair. So she is 5 for 8 from the line. 12-5 is the score. Falcons lead by 7. Back out to 7. Largest lead for the Falcons is 7. And that's Mann with the basketball. She'll pull the trigger. Good. And Mann's in the scorebook with that triple. And it's now 12-8. Bulldogs trail by 4 by the Falcons. And the foul's going to be on number 1, Mann, who had just hit the triple. That'll be her third. But the first of the second quarter. It'll be team second. Checking in will be Richardson. She'll replace number 1, Mann. And checking in will be Perez. O'Leary. 12-8 is the score. 5.5 to go in our first quarter between the Falcons of East Kentwood and the Bulldogs of Grandville. Falcons come up empty. 5:10 to go here in the second quarter. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. We're here at the Vandersluis Gymnasium thanks to Brian Parsons and his assistant, Charlie Kleinhexel, for their wonderful hospitality here. Usually the student broadcast has our ball games, but they have decided to take the night off here. As we're sitting here, as the and one opportunity is good for Silva. And Silva's going to line to shoot 1 for the and one opportunity. (12-8) is the score. 4:43 to go. Silva looking to go 1 for 1 from the line, and she will. With that free throw, she has 3 points now. And it stretches the lead back out to 7. 15-8 is the score. 4.5 to go. That's Gray with the basketball. Just a little game of pitch and catch for the Bulldogs. They'll come up empty on that trip down the court. 4:20 to go. Wide open on the other end was number Cobb. And they'll come up empty with the Falcons. 4:16 to go. 15-8 is the score. Kind of a low-scoring game. Just about halfway through our second quarter of play. 3/4 of the way through the first half, if you look at it. It's Gray with the basketball. They'll get it inside to Richardson. It's going to be poked away by the Falcons. They'll go Bugs up the middle. No good. And it should stay with the Falcons, and it will. 3:46 to go. Falcons retain with the basketball. Branch, 14 in Ward. I'll work it around to the Falcons. Kind of a awkward shot, and getting the rebound for the Falcons was number 10, and that was Silva. It's going to stay with the Falcons after it's tied up. So we'll have the basketball. 3:28 to go. Ward the triple, no good. Bugs with the rebound. Bugs up. Gets the block, and it's going to fall for Bugs. And she's down after that shot. And she'll get up. So Bugs has 4. I like how the officials blew it dead because they didn't want Bugs to get any more hurt than when she's laying on the floor. So 3:15 to go, 17-8 is the score. Bulldogs trail by 9. So we man with the basketball. Get it over to number 10 in Haight. Back to man, back to Haight. Haight to triple. No good. And Ward with the rebound, and it will be tied up, and it should stay with the Bulldogs, and it will. Just a tick under 3 to go. They'll get it in. The triple in the corner, no good. DeVries with a rebound, the cleanup, no good. Second time, yes. For DeVries. And DeVries has 4 now. She never gave up on the shot, and she'll put it in for 2. 17-10, stolen by Man. Gets it over to 21 in Cucci. They'll work it inside Man. Richardson, no good. Blocked by the Falcons, and it will go to the Falcons. Now foul on the Bulldogs. It's going to be on Richardson. Yep, it's going to be in her second. And the team set third of, or sorry, team fourth of the second quarter. 17-10 is the score. And it's going to stay with the Falcons. Bugs in for number 24 in Cobb. So the ball will be on the R in Grandville. Tossing it will be 14 Ward. Now we're going to have a discussion of where the inbound's going to be. And it should be over here by the bench. Coach Van Atkins is really having a good day. He's telling them where it's got to be because he knows where it's got to be. So it's going to stay with the Falcons. That's Bug with the basketball. Bugs inside, stolen by Richardson, and Richardson's going to be foul number 10 in Silva. They'll be her first and the team second. (17-10), 2:09 to go. And now Coach Large is going at it with the referees. This is a typical East Kentwood Grandville rivalry. Both the officials getting words from both sides of the floor. So tick under 2 to go. The triple try, no good. The foul up by Richardson is saved. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. That was Cucci. Ella Cucci, the senior forward. Minute and 48 to go. 17-10 is the score. That's more one man with the basketball. They trail by 7 to the Bulldogs. To the Falcons. By LEM 6. Man with the basketball. Set it up with a minute and 26 to go. That's Cucci. Cucci with the basketball. Has to get it to somebody. Finds number 10 in Haight. Haight will pass it out. The triple try. No good. And the Falcons got a huge advantage, 4-on-1. And it's going to stay with the Falcons. That goes off at number 44, DeVries. Minute and 2 to go. 17-10 is the score. That's Ward with the basketball. Just a tick under the 1 minute mark. Ward will get it over to Branch, and Branch is going to get fouled by number 2, Richardson. They'll be her third. Two fouls, or 2 players with 3 fouls each. Man has 3, Richardson has 3. Shooting 2 will be Branch. First time to the free throw line. That one comes up short for Branch. Willoughby in for the Bulldogs, replaces Richardson. Branch looking to at least hit the rim here. First one did not even come close to the rim. It hit the net. That one's going to go 1 for 2 from line. It will Branch. She will have 6 points. 18-10 is the score. 8-point lead for the Falcons. 45 seconds to go. Willoughby with the basketball. And it's going to be stolen by the Falcons. And that one will be a foul on the Bulldogs. Number 15, Willoughby. Her first. And shooting 2. Are the Falcons. They lead by 8 with 37.2 seconds to go. One for 2 from the line. Are the Falcons on that trip, 19-10. It's the score, 30 seconds to go. Willoughby with the basketball. There's the foul. And Willoughby, only the team third. That's number 11, Dingrich. Only your second and the team third. 19 seconds to go. Man has the basketball. Came up empty last time. The buzzer, the short clock, and the end of the first quarter. That's Man. Got back from Willoughby with 5 seconds to go. See if they know how much time's on the clock this time. Still don't. They'll put it up. Man, Thanger comes short. And after halftime, the score is 14-10. Falcons lead by 4. We'll return in just for a moment. You're watching the Ville Sports Network and WCT-TV. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Yours truly, Brian Waring, and this camera, we're getting used to it, so we gotta, there we go. It's 19-10 is the score. Falcons lead by 9, and when we first thought we were gonna get our game going, it was 2-2, all on free throws, and it's been basically not a free throw fest since then there, Matt.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of flashbacks to Calvin Christian versus Covenant Christian.
I was there for a moment, yep.
I was fully expecting that we were going to have a 16-16 game at half, just like we did there. Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to neither team has been able to get the ball rolling.
Right.
And that's been really, really evident in this game. And I mean, we knew it was going to be close, but we didn't think it was going to be like this.
You kind of look at it, and you look the powerhouse of East Kentwood, and you know the lone the bad team that really can't get things going during the year is Grandville, and right now it's 9-point lead, but that thing the pendulum can swing towards Grandville here to start the second half, and the Falcons will start with the basketball, so that's not really good for the Bulldogs. They don't want to go down anymore. And another thing that I seen was the bad free throw shooting in the Falcons has really kept the Bulldogs in.
I would agree. Because there was the foul like 3 seconds into the game,
Yep.
and you would expect that they would get those 2 points automatic, but no. And that I would say the struggling free throw shooting is definitely what's helping keep Grandville alive. I think this should be a lot bigger of a differential than what there is, but the free throws are really hurting.
5 for 7 is Ward. 5 for 7 from the line, but she started 0 for 2 from the line, but has recovered. She was actually finished the first quarter with a 4 and 6, but she's 1 for 2 from the line in the second half. And the Bulldogs, on the other hand, are 3 for 4 from the line, as Kuchanen is 3 for 4 from the line, and it leads the Bulldogs has 3 points, but DeReese leads the Bulldogs with 4. That's your set. And 3 points for man on the triple. Edge it up to 10. The Falcons are led by Branch with 6. Ward has 5, and Bugs has 4. So there's 15 of the 19 points.
Pretty good spread from both teams. They're not having one person stand out, but
like the jackal in the, you always say, you always want to have one player to go with the other player. And right now, the Falcons are kind of doing that right now. Their bench points right now for the Falcons. It's basically Bugs with 4 and Danridge with 1, I believe. I didn't see who shot the last free throws for the Falcons going into the halftime break. But, yeah, it's been basically the starting 5 for the Falcons.
And if I was, coach of East Kentwood, I would stick with that. Because your bench, scored 5 of your 19, but it's sometimes you got to focus on your main core, and that's what's working. And I think that's what I would stick with if I was EK here going into the second half.
And another thing, as I noticed, is the fast-paced play of East Kentwood is resulting in turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing that Coach Large is going to talk about. Control the turnovers, too, because that's costing. It's not really costing you points because Grandville's not really capitalizing them. They're turning the ball right back over, and then it's been, it's going to go back and forth like that all game. I think it's just going to have to come down who can hit the free throws late in the ball game.
Absolutely.
As we always say, free throws are a key in basketball.
Absolutely, and I mean, it has been a turnover fest for both teams, and especially, I mean, at the first few minutes, but going into half, I mean, sometimes I didn't know if I was watching a basketball game, and if I might have been back watching a football game.
You never know. I mean, basically, look at it for a football game. You're only down three possessions.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you're only down 2 possessions. But in basketball, really in all aspects, you are possibly down by 3 possessions because you get a 3-point play, a rare 4-point play 2 times, and there's 8 points, and you got a free throw for 9 and 10. So it's basically a 3-possession game. It's rare to get 4 points, but it can be done. I've seen it happen.
I'd say another big thing for Grandville is fouls. Quickly getting to 5 in both the first and second. That's something that they really needed to watch. Luckily, as we said, East Kentwood's free throw shooting is not up to par of what it should be. So that's really helped Grandville, as we said. But they just got to watch those fouls.
Yep, and most of them are little ticky-tack fouls that will be called, just a slap here and a slap there. But some fouls are guaranteed, almost are given fouls because you interrupt the play of anything. So that was our halftime show brought to you by Interspace Mini Storage, Healthcare Associates, and TJ's Pub will return for the second half. And Matt will go back on camera. He'll join me in the post-game show when we return. You're watching the Ville Sports Network and WCT-TV. It'll be Falcon basketball to start our second half of play between the visiting East Kentwood Falcons and the host, Grandville Bulldogs. The Falcons lead by 9 after 2 quarters of play. The Falcons are led by 6 from Branch. She is 1 for 1 from the line, or actually 1 for 2 from the line. Every point you can get possible. Started with a basket for 2, and then she got a triple try, and then she got a free throw. 3 for Silva, 1 for Danridge, 5 for Ward, who is, as I said, 5 for 8 from the line. And the Bugs has 4. We'll get to the Grandville Bulldogs unofficial stats totals for the first half. Ward no good, and it's going to go to the Bulldogs. Men with 3. Kukanen has 3, and 4 for DeVries. All adds up to 10. 19-10 is the score. Grandville the first possession of the second half, and that's going to be saved by man right to the Falcons of East Kentwood, number 24. In Cobb. Should get over to Ward. Ward with it. Gets it over to Branch. Branch good. So Branch has 6 now. She has 8 now, actually. 6 in the first, 2 here in the second half. 21-20. Long deep 3 for Man is no good. Rebound will go to Branch. Branch with the basketball looking to go coast to coast. She puts it up, no good. And it's going to go to the Bulldogs. So Richardson will have it. She get it into Man to DeVries. DeVries to Richardson. To Man. Richardson. Willoughby. Inside to DeVries. DeVries is nice job there by DeVries to see the feet of number 10 in Silva and toss it off of her foot. In the other side of the coin, she tiptoed out of bounds, so she didn't. She looked down her feet and tiptoed, so it didn't hit her feet, so it could stay with the Bulldogs. That's Man to DeVries. Back to Man. Man has it. Started by Ward. They'll work it over to Richardson. Richardson on the drive gets it over to Willoughby. Back to Richardson. To DeVries. DeVries post step. She puts one up. And she's fouled. It is up and in for 2. DeVries, the chance of the old-fashioned 3-point play. Ballsy man number 10. And Silva, her second, team first. And DeVries is 0 for 1 from the line. 21-12 is the score.
11. Got it.
Good. Triple is good for Danridge. I was trying to figure out who shot. I saw who shot. I just had to get the number. 24-12. They got them doubled up now. Do the Falcons. They'll stay with the Falcons. Deep 3. Not even close to getting a basket. And we'll go to the Bulldogs. 5:49 to go. 24-12 is the score. Falcons have stretched their lead out to 12. It'll be Richardson with the basketball. She gets it over to Man. Man's going to drive right up the paint, and she's going to be fouled and be shooting 2. Branch is going to pick up team's third, her first. And at the line to shoot a pair will be Man. She's 1 for She's 1 for 1 for the line, looking to go 2 for 2 and get the Bulldogs back within 10. It's at 11. She's 2 for 2 from the line. She has 5 now. It's 24-14, 10-point lead, 5.5 to go. Stolen by Richardson. She's going to go coast to coast, put one up, no good. And it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. It's a nice job there by Richardson to get the loose ball and try to put one in. She failed to, but it was last touched by the Falcons. So Mann has it. Mann looking for somebody open, finds Willoughby. Willoughby on the drive, puts one up, and she's fouled. And Branch is going to pick up her second foul. Actually, it's going to be on Dandridge, her third. And at the line to shoot a pair will be Willoughby. First one up, no good. You can split the pair here to Ken Dandridge. Put it back within 9. It's at 10 right now. Second one is up, also no good. And it will go to the Falcons. But I thought it should go to Grandville. The Falcons all over that basketball. And it's going to stay with the Falcons. That's Bugs with the basketball. She'll look to go up. She puts one up. Bounces around, no good. Richardson and can't see who. And Richardson's going to get a technical foul. That was a quick foul, too. So that'll be her second. And so Richardson's going to pick up the technical on the rebound. And she uses the elbow to clear. But it could have been anything could have been called there. Well, I thought that'll be her second and her third. Should be her second or her third. It'll be her fourth on the technical. And at the line to shoot one more, and the technical is no good. And the Falcons come up empty on the rare play, and she'll stay with the Falcons. Now, should be Falcon basketball. It was a tied up, but then the possession should stay with the Falcons because of the technical foul. Doesn't matter about the change of possession. It goes to the technical foul. So 5 minutes to go, 24-14, and the Falcons get a basket. Basket by Silva. 26-14, 12-point lead. Back out to 12 for the Falcons, and it's going to go to the Falcons. So that one goes off of the Bulldogs. That'll be Bugs with the basketball. Gets it in it to Cobb. Back to Bugs. That's Branch. They'll work it to Ward. And Ward's double or quad team there. And plead the case of the foul there. I thought, or the travel, I mean. It's going to be a push by the number 15, Willoughby, her second. And now the Falcons, or the Bulldogs, in a little foul trouble.
Offensive.
And it's going to be an offensive foul. Probably heard my brother in the background there. He's doing our scoreboard tonight. Matt Fabiano's doing our camera tonight. And it's going to be on number 10, third. It'll be Silva, team fourth. Now Falcons are in foul trouble with 4. DeVries. And control is interrupted from Haight by Silva. Silva up, Silva good. And Silva is looking for the rare.
44 on the foul.
And fouls on 44, DeVries. The N1 opportunity, and DeVries picks up her second, team third. And Silva looking to pack her totals to 2 and 2 from the line. She has 7, looking for 0.8. Here does Silva. And that's up, and that's good for Silva. She is 8, 29-14, the largest lead. It's now been enlarged by the Falcons at 15 now, 29-14.
It went out of bounds, didn't it?
And we get a referee's discussion here. And it should go to the Falcons. So that one goes out of bounds.
It went out of bounds. It bounced right back to her.
This has just been a game of a lot of calls that referees got to see, but then they don't see them, but then when they see them, they'll call them. But we like to thank our officials anyway tonight. That's Bugs, and she is fouled by Willoughby. It'll be her third. And the team fourth. It's just been a bad third quarter for both teams. Foul troubles has crept up there, 4 for 4, with 4 minutes to go. We're halfway through the third. That's Ward with the basketball. Ward, give and go, and she's going to slip and fall. We're going to get another foul on the Bulldogs. That's going to be 2 shots for Ward. So Ward is going to get a foul on DeVries. That'll be her third. And Ward will be shooting 2. And so will the Falcons the rest of the way through the third quarter.
14.
So we're looking to go 2 for 2 from the line. She started 0 for 2, and look at that. She goes 2 for 2 to start a quarter. She is now 7 for 9. Wide open on the other end is number 20 in Gray. And Gray caught the Falcons napping. 31-16. 15-point lead back down to 15. It's a lead as we're going to get held ball. And it's going to go to the Bulldogs. Checking in for the Falcons. One of me, number 13, Billups. 3:15 to go. Chance for the Bulldogs to cut it down to 13 or possibly 12, as that one's going to go to the Falcons. It's a turnover on the Bulldogs. That's Bugs with the basketball. Got it to Branch, back to Bugs, back to Branch. 3 minutes to go. Ward has it. She'll pull, pop shot, no good. And man will get the rebound with his just ticked under 3. And a nice job there by number 20, Gray. And Gray's going to get fouled here. See who picks up the foul. Is it going to be 3 or 42? It'll be her second. It'll be number 3 in Branch. And shooting 2 will be Gray. So Gray looking to go 2 for 2 from line and get 4 points and cut the lead down to 13. It's at 15 right now. So looking to go 4 straight points here. Is Gray. She bounces one in for 2, or for the first one of the 2 she's granted. And we're going to get a whistle and a Bulldog timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. And I will take a brief break. Coach Van Hecken takes a 30. And going to the line to shoot one more will be Gray and the Bulldogs. So Bulldogs are shooting 2 the rest of the way, along with, at least for the next 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go, both teams will be shooting 2 from the line unless they're fouled in the act of shooting a 3-point basket. Looking for .4, and she's 2 for 2 from the line is Gray, and stretches the lead of the Falcons down to 13. And that's Bugs for 2. Bugs goes down the court for the Falcons to get point number 6. 2.5 to go. 33-18, the triple's good for Cucci. And Cucci gets in the scorebook. And that's how you come back in a ball game. They're down 12. 33-21. 2 minutes to go here in our third. It's going to be a heck of a fourth when we get there, as Mann's going to pull the 3, no good. And that's kind of a rush 3 there. You want to set it up as number 3, Branch, gets it up to number 13, Billups. Leads now back out to 14 at 35-21. Minute and 40 go. They'll work it inside to DeVries, and DeVries has one up, and that one's going to fall to the bad side of the rim. She'll be on to shoot 2. Foul troubles are slowly adding up. The number 13 in Billups, her second. But shooting 2 will be DeVries. She's, for 1 unofficially from the line. She's 0 for 2 now. And 35 to go, and DeVries has chance to get points here when the clock is stopped. They trail by 14. And DeVries is 0 for 3 from the line. 35-21, minute and a half to go for the Falcons. So going to the fourth, we'll just don't know what the lead's going to be. Right now it's at 14. Largest lead is 15. Shot is no good by Branch. And here come the Bulldogs, led by Mann with the basketball. Gets it over to Willoughby. Back to Mann. Mann's going to pull the trigger. No good. And a battle for the rebound. And it's won up by the Falcons. Up the court and in for 2. Silva. 37-21, a 16-point lead, and Willoughby no good. And that should go to the Bulldogs. This goes off of Bugs. Leader case. Buchanan's in for the Bulldogs. As checking in for the Falcons is 34 in Law. 30 seconds to go. It's going to go to the Falcons. It's a turnover by the Bulldogs. 37-21 is the score. 16-point lead with 20 seconds to go. That's number 20. That's Cobb with the basketball. It's going to be stolen right back by Cobb, and Cobb just dances around with it. And a shot for 2, no good, and the rebound will go to the Bulldogs. They'll push it with 5 seconds to go. Good shot here for the Bulldogs to end the quarter. They get the follow-up. It's up, and it's in. And DeVries will go on to shoot the and one opportunity right at the buzzer. And DeVries will get a chance for get 3 points when the clock is stopped. And she will. So that's how we'll end our third quarter of play, 37-23. When we return, you're watching the Ville Sports Network and WCT-TV. We're back for the final quarter of play between the Falcons and the Bulldogs here from Vanderslice Gymnasium. And DeVries will make baskets.
What the hell? There we go.
She'll make a basket when the clock was slowly ticking away, and she will. It's 37-24 is the score. And the Falcons will start with the basketball. Here in our final quarter of play, they got a 13-point lead, which was large at 16, and we're going to get a timeout to Coach Large. And we'll see what the timeout is here. Be a 30-second. That'll be his second, and he'll have 3 remaining. We're back at the Vanderslice Gymnasium as Coach Lars takes a 30-second timeout with 13 seconds to go in the quarter. And the final quarter, that is, of the girls' game. The boys' game will foul. That'll be called by our good counterpart here at the Ville Sports Network, Mr. Matt Fabiano. 37-24 after the timeout. 37-24, no good. And we're going to foul on the play. Eubanks, her first, and the team first of the final quarter of play. So DeReese will toss it in. She'll get it in to Gray. Gray has it, nice pass. But the ball's going to end up on the floor, and we're going to tie up, and it's going to favor the Falcons of East Kentwood. I thought they started with the basketball. Now it should be Grandville basketball because Falcons started with it.
They never changed it up on the scoreboard.
So now the Bulldogs have it after alternating possessions. That's man. Now it'll go back to the Falcons. Man, the triple, no good. And now it's going to go to the Falcons. That one's tied up. 7:15 to go, 45 seconds to go in the final quarter of play. 37-24, kind of a low-scoring game for both teams. As both teams average, or Bulldogs average 38 and the Falcons average 50. So the Bulldogs have it with a minute ticked away here in our fourth. Got the lead down to 13. So a triple try for Gray is short on the far side. And it's going to be a tie-up, and that's going to favor the Bulldogs. So 4 alternating possessions, starting with our opening possession. It's going to go in favor of the Bulldogs this time. The Bulldogs right now record is 5-1. The Falcons are 4-2 and a game back. And the shot as DeVries hits the shot just like she did at the end of the quarter. She's going to the line and shoot one more. Fouls on number 13, Billups, her fourth. And DeVries is 0 for this time. It's going to be tied up, and it's going to favor the Falcons this time. So in the less than 2 minutes, we've had 5 basically a change of possession at least 3 times. Willoughby in for the Bulldogs. That's Bugs gets it over to Ward, back to Bugs. Bugs. And that's going to be a turnover. It's going to go to the Bulldogs with 6.5 to go. They've cut it down to 11. And we get a timeout for Willoughby. We're going to take Willoughby out. For an injury. Might be blood on the jersey. I don't know, but she's out. 6.5 to go. The triple try, no good. Rebound to go to 10 in Silva. Silva having a hard time controlling the basketball. Gets it over to Bugs. Bugs with 6:15 go. The board, the triple, short. And that's going to go to Grandville with 6:15 to go. Lead is still 11, 37-26, 6 minutes to go here in our final quarter of play. Battle of M6. DeVries has it. A nice give and go there. And going to the line shoot 2 will be number 23 in Kukanen. Bug will pick up her second. Yep, Bugs will pick up her second. And going to line shoot 2 will be Kukanen. 0 for 1 this trip. Branch will step in for Bugs. Kukanen shooting one more. And she's good on the second. Will be in for the Bulldogs. Kukanen will sit down. Under 6, 37-27, a 10-point lead for the Falcons. The largest lead is 19, I believe. The foul is going to be called on the floor. It's going to be on the Bulldogs, number 44. DeVries, her fourth. Now she's in foul trouble with 4. Richardson has 4, and so does DeVries. And Coach Van Hecken's letting her play with 4, which is a good idea. You don't foul out till you're 5. Almost a turnover escaped it by the Falcons. No good. On the shot are the Falcons. And 5.5 to go. Man, that's going to be Bug. And she's going to sit down on the bench. But that one's going to go airmail and going to go to the Bulldogs, I believe. Nope, it's going to stay with the Falcons. 37-27, 5:20 to go. Branch with the basketball. The triple try is Danrich, no good, and the rebound is good for Silva. Silva cleans up duties with 12 now. Man up, and that's going to go to the Falcons. Man just threw it in, hitting number 24 right in the mouth, Cobb. 37-29, ticked under 5. It's been a slow fourth quarter. That one's going to be on Richardson. That's going to be her 5th. And that will be her 5th. She will DQ out of today's ballgame. Checking in will be Kukanen. Richardson fouls out with 5. No points for Richardson. She has been disqualified with 4 3/4. Silva. 41-27. Man is short on the three-point basket. And we're going to get a timeout to Coach Van Hecken. It'll be a 30. It was actually a full timeout. My fault. .426 to go. 41-27 is the score. Falcons are 14 points up with 4:26 to go, looking to even get their record out to 5-2. Well, the Bulldogs, as of right now, are going to be 5-1, looking to go 5-2. And Bugs are going to be knocked out of bounds by Kukanen. Actually, it's going to be a turnover on Bug. And Large wants to get explanation. I thought a good explanation by Coach Large. She got kind of pushed out of bounds, but is going to stay with the Bulldogs. And Kukanen, sorry, it's Gray with the basketball, or shot and good is Gray. She has 6, 41-29, 4 minutes to go, and a triple try, no good for the Falcons. They're going to stay with the Falcons of EK. And we get a foul on the Bulldogs. Could be on the floor. It's going to be on number 44, DeVries. That'll be her 5th. And she's been DQ'd. She'll foul out with 11 points in the ballgame. A hard-fought 11 points for DeVries. 41-29, a tick under 4. That's Branch with the basketball. Branch gets bumped by number 15, Willoughby. That'll be her 4th. And it'll be 4 fouls on the Bulldogs. Just like Willoughby. So 3:44 to go, and the Bulldogs are going to put the Falcons on the line with the next foul. And it's going to be stolen by Gray, and we're going to pick up a foul on the Falcons. It's going to be foul number 4. It's going to be on number 11, 4. That's Dan Ridge, her 4th. And the team 4th. So both teams are in foul trouble with 3.5 to go in the final quarter of play. So if the Bulldogs can get the Falcons in foul trouble with the next foul, they'll be shooting 2 the rest of the way home. As Willoughby up, no good. And Branch gets it. Branch is going to lose it, but regain it. And that's going to be a nice basket inside if it does fall, but it's not going to fall. And Eubanks comes up empty. Wide open is man. She's going to pull the trigger. Good! A bounce, and it falls for Man. She has 8 now. Cuts the lead back down to 9. 41-32, 2:48 to go, and it goes to the Bulldogs on the held ball. Bulldogs are not going away just quite yet. Still a 3-possession game for the Bulldogs. 3-possession game here. The Bulldogs want to come back in here. That's going to be Gray. Gray with the basketball. Gets a screen. Out to Man. 2:40 to go. Man works it inside, and it's going to be airmailed. The intended receiver was Kukanen. Turnover. 2.5 to go. Falcons looking to get the first win in the OK Red, and that's going to be a travel. And Coach Large wants to know a foul should have been called. Could have been fouled, but we're going to get a timeout to the Bulldogs. Oh, no, to the Falcons, and that's will be their first full, and there will 2 remaining. (41-32). 2:29 to go after the timeout, the full timeout by Coach Large. They have 2 timeouts remaining, both fulls, and the Bulldogs have 2 timeouts, and they are full timeouts. But the possession arrow favors the Falcons. The Bulldogs and the Falcons are both in foul trouble with 4 apiece. The Bulldogs have it. That's Gray with the basketball. Gray has it. Gets trapped. Gets it over to Man. Man, and she's going to travel. She took that hop in the air, and that's what causes her to turn it over. As Richardson is fouled out, and so is DeVries. 2 and some change to go as Silva is good. Silva has 16 now in the book. Stretches the lead back out to 11. It's a triple try for Man, no good. And tracking it down will be Gray. Gray with it, with 1:52 to go. Deep 3 for Man, no good. And Willoughby up, Willoughby good. And Willoughby gets in the scorebook with that shot. It'll be a full timeout for Grandville. They'll have 1 remaining. Minute 45 to go. Bulldogs only trail by 7 with 1:45 to go. 43-36 is the score. Bulldogs and Falcons both in foul trouble as a team with 4. Only one that's really in foul trouble is Willoughby with 4 for the Bulldogs. And Billups has 4 and also has Danridge with 4. So a pair of Bulldogs and a pair of Falcons both in foul trouble. And we're going to get a timeout to the Falcons. No time elapsed here after the last timeout. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining, and they both have 1 don't want to give up any fouls because they're at 4 right now. They don't want to go to 5 because that will send whoever gets fouled will send the other team to the line to shoot 2. But if you're the Bulldogs, you want the Falcons to foul and put you at the line in shooting 2. So here we go with the last minute and 45 to go. That's Ward. Branch. No, that's not Branch. That's wrong. That one's up in the skies, and it's going to be rebounded by the Bulldogs. And it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. It's actually Silva that had the ball. Nope, sorry, Cobb. Minute and 26 to go. They still trail by 7 to the Bulldogs. Willoughby up. Nice pass there over to Gray, no good. And the follow-up is good for Kuchanen. Kuchanen has 6, and it's down to 5 points with a minute to go. And you can't let Falcons do that if you want to come back in the ballgame. As Cobb puts it in for 2. 45-38, just ticked under the 1 minute mark to go in the ballgame. The triple try rims out, and getting the rebound was number 21 for the Bulldogs, and that's Cucci, and she's going to line to shoot 2. It'll be Bugs' third. And to shoot 2 will be Cucci. And this is where you want to get points when the clock is stopped. Chance to pull it within 5. Right now it's at 7. As Cucci can go 2 for 2 from the line and pick up points 4 and 5 and pull it within 5. First one is going to bounce out, no good. Right now it's come down to free throws. She goes 0 for 2 from the line to Cucci. And the Falcons survive after that. It's 45-38, 35 seconds to go. If you're the Bulldogs, you do not want to foul. That will put the Falcons at the line to shoot 2. And that's going to be on Cucci. That'll be her first. And going line to shoot 2 will be number 3 in Branch. And Branch will be shooting 2 with 29.2. The best that Branch can do is go 0 for 2 from the line. Or hit both free throws, and the worst thing is she can go 0 for 2. She hits the first. She'll have one more. Branch's second is no good. She has 9 now, and they get it back to the Falcons. 46-38, 20 seconds to go. And that's Ward. It's over to Bug. And we're going to get a foul on Willoughby, and that will be her 5th. She'll foul out with 2. And checking in for the Bulldogs is O'Leary. Shooting 2 will be Bug. Can point 7 and 8. She misses her first. When the clock to stop, you got to hit your free throws if you're the Falcons. It's Bug is 0 for 2 from the line.
Got it back.
And they get it back on the rebound. Bad boxing out by the Bulldogs. And our final score should be, unless anything happens, 46-38. So the final score, the Falcons 46, And the Bulldogs 38. Unofficial scoring, first of all for the victorious Falcons of East Kentwood, who moved their record to 5-2. The Bulldogs fall to 5-2. 9 for Branch, 16 for Silva, 4 for Dandridge. Billups had 2, 7 for Ward, 2 for Cobb, and Bug with 6. And for the Bulldogs, it's 8 for Mann. Richardson fouls out with no points. Willoughby fouls out with 2. DeVries fouls out with 11. 6 apiece for Buchanan and Gray. And that's all the scoring for both teams as Matt Fabiano joins me in the broadcast booth as our camera's doesn't sense him, but I'm right here, and Matt is right over here. See his hand. But what we'll do is we'll try to we'll work on this some other time. But huge win there for the Falcons. Good kudos for the Bulldogs. They fought hard until late in the ballgame there, Matt.
Grandville absolutely showed that it doesn't matter about the size of the dog, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Good one. I like that.
I do think the downside for that, though, was the fact that it was an upside and a downside.
Yep.
They started playing the way East Kentwood wanted them to, which is fast-paced, physical ball.
Yep.
The downside is they lost 3 players due to following out.
Yeah, and another thing is it almost costed the Falcons because really they sent the Bulldogs to the line with under a minute to go, and they sent them to the line, which was apparently maybe a good idea, but it was also a bad idea because Grandville couldn't score when the clock was stopped and you're on the free throw line and you're shooting 2 the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm. And EK's free throwing definitely got better. They struggled in the first half. Didn't get a lot better, but it definitely was that was definitely the game changer for East Kentwood here. And Grandville, like I said, they fought and they fought and they fought, but it's one of those things where sometimes it's enough, sometimes it's not. And this game, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, the Bulldogs were down 17 at one time, I think, during that ball game, but really they clawed themselves way back in the ball game, got some turnovers, and scored on those turnovers, and costed the Falcons really some time in really costed the Falcons, in their own bad by turning it over.
Mm-hmm. And that was kind of what we touched on at halftime was the fast-paced offense only works when you are not turning the ball over.
And if you can execute it. And Falcons were executing it at least 3/4 of the way through. And majority of the fourth, that's when Grandville kind of chipped away at the ball game, got it down to single digits, I think 7 late in the ball game, and you couldn't just capitalize it and let the Bulldogs or the Falcons run away with an 8-point win.
In the moment, too, that Grandville did start to chip away at that, you could see that the Falcons were caught off guard by that. It kind of took the wind out of their sails. And that's what Grandville really needed to do, and then they picked the pace up trying to match it, and it just didn't work out for them tonight.
So that is our post-game show brought to you by Inner Space Mini Storage, Healthcare Associates, and Community Caregivers, and last but not least, DJ's Pizza Pub in the Hudson Road Plaza. Mr. Dan Snewick has been a longtime sponsor of WCTT and the Ville Sports Network. Once again, that final score, 46-38. The Falcons take the victory and move their record out to 5-2, just like the Bulldogs. So long. Have a good night.